don't know if I should be proud of Dustin or ashamed of myself when the hired guy that lives 45 minutes away beats me to work when I live 5 minutes away. I'm gonna go with proud of Dustin. That's yeah. Alright, well if you guys followed our last video, you probably have a pretty good idea of what this one's gonna be about. So it is down to crunch time for us. Man, gotta get these pigeons out of here. Talked about going ahead and finishing the roof in here. Keep them out of the rafters because they just poop on everything. I got one flying around back and forth up there. I hate pigeons. But anyway, as I was saying before I rudely got interrupted by that pigeon, it is getting crunch time for us. So harvest is coming fast, and we still embarrassingly have quite a bit of grain in our bins. So Dustin and I we've got kind of an open contract, if you want to call it. We're just going to start hauling, and we're going to haul till we're done. And usually we try to work it out to where we leave the hauling up to Dustin. Let him handle that while Dad and I and Kyle do other things. But he's not going to be able to haul all this himself, so I'm jumping in a semi today as well. Look at that sunrise. Or risen sun, because it's already rose, right? I don't know. Where's your sweatshirt at this morning?
Oh, it's a big nipple out here.
Oh, there's your drop. Yeah.
I thought they would have had that down put in.
Well, they had to take these all off, had to cut them all to different lengths, and then redo them. Yeah. So basically, one thing I want to show you: our northeast and our hopper have switched.
Okay.
So what was the hopper is now the northeast.
Okay.
And our northeast is now
northeast?
hopper
Okay.
and wet holding.
Okay.
And then we'll have that flop valve up there.
Yep.
We'll have another valve that'll swap it one way or the other.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. I got you. So normally we try to load these trucks the previous night, preload them for morning, but as you can tell when we were pulling in, it's quite the construction zone around here. That crane had the drive blocked all day yesterday, so we didn't worry about preloading. Not a big deal. Just cost us a little bit of time this morning, that no big deal. But Dustin's loaded. My turn. Alrighty. We're ready to go. get this trailer covered. Well, this marks the first 2 of many loads this week. Side note, we're making good progress on the neighboring anhydrous facility. That's one big bullet they've put in there. Alright, well, just got to the elevator and I about had a heart attack because there's a huge line of trucks down there all in the parking lot. But those are commercial trucks picking product up, not dumping corn off. So I think there's only, Dustin's already been probed, and I think there ended up being 2 trucks pulling between us. So fingers crossed there won't be much line, and we'll get in and out of here pretty quick. All right, it's about time. Let's get out of here. Well, that line's a little different than what it was when we came in. That's going to turn our somewhat of a short wait into a several hour wait. I'm not looking forward to that. Well, made it back. And unfortunately, this is going to be the last full load in the overhead. So I'm more worried about Dustin staying running than I am. So I'm going to run probably 20-30 minutes here, just enough to know that he'll have enough for his next load. Make sure I'm on the new. Well, I totally judged that wrong, and I'm going to be dusted out if I load this way. So I'm going to switch the truck around real quick, come in from the other direction. That way I'm not getting covered just to load the truck. Let's try that. That's much nicer. All right, I'm loaded. Now I just gotta wait to have enough for Dustin. All right. So I hope this isn't too loud, but once the bins for us quit running, we shut off the center well and I crack these 2 outside wells. And that pulls the outside first, which allows me to get my doors open. And then once these 2 run dry, I've got 2 more side dumps that will take out the rest of that and finish uncovering my sweep. All right. I don't know how well you guys can tell, but these are empty, so I've opened my other side chutes and it's pulling out the rest of this channel. And I'm slowly uncovering my sweep. Well, I'm trying to get you guys in there far enough that you can see inside the bin, but I'm pretty sure it's too dark. However, all 5 of my wells have run dry, and the only thing I can do now is start the sweep, which I'm honestly not interested in doing right now because I got to get back to the elevator, and I'm pretty sure it ran long enough that Dustin's got at least 1 load up there. So I'm hitting the road again, and I'll worry about that on the next trip. Well, I'm not gonna get so lucky on this trip. I'm gonna have a pretty good weight now, but I didn't forget entertainment this time. This is the crappy part about hauling to some elevators. Some elevators are really good, others you're a couple hours in line just to dump one load. But unfortunately right now, for this specific week, literally I think every other elevator we haul to for corn
go ahead.
is either not giving us a good bid that we want, or they're just closed. So unfortunately this is our only option, so we suffer through it and we haul what we can, I guess. Well, looks like I'm only going to be getting looks like I'm only going to get 2 loads today. Dustin's on his 3rd, but overhead is empty. I've got 5,000 bushel overhead to fill and 2 trucks, which is going to take a large majority of what's in here. So I've got several hours of sweeping still to get ready for tomorrow. But first things, I've got to get this out of here. And I tell you what, I'll show you what it is once it's out and I have better light. Well, I always forget how heavy those things are. But this is what we have sitting in the center of each well of our bins. There's one on each one. And basically it's a hydraulic motor, and we've got lines running out to here. So basically what this is for is if you have any bad grain or clumps or balls or anything sit right on top of the well, a lot of the times they won't feed, and then they plug the whole grain. And if you've got a full bin, most of the times in the past you're stuck with just taking a long rod, shoving it down the center until you can break it up. What this does, you hook a tractor hydraulics to it, and it'll sit there and beat it right on top of that well, and basically breaks up anything that may plug the well. We've actually had to use it one time, and that one time saved us enough money to pay for basically all 5 of them that we have, because it's an absolute headache if you don't have one and you plug a bin up. So hopefully we never have to use one again, but I will put those in every time just to be on the safe side. Now that everything is out of the way and quit flowing, the only thing I got left to do is start that sweep. So let's engage it and get going. That's all we got left. Ended up sweeping over half the bin in order to get the 2 trucks in the overhead full. Took us what? Maybe, well, Dustin ended up coming out. He's back. He ended up helping probably the last hour. Makes it go quicker when there's 2 guys. You can have one pushing on the auger the whole time. But we're set up pretty good for tomorrow. It's going to be more of the same stuff. I know today was a little slow, but it was smooth, and we like smooth. So no problems today, hopefully none for the rest of the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't know, the longest recorded flight time of a chicken is 13 seconds. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next one.